Hey, hey, what's up, Carl? It's Tom from I Got Soul.
Hey man, how you doing? I'm sitting here at my desk
Cool, cool.
looking at the website right now.
Oh, cool. I appreciate you taking the time for the interview, man. I'm a big fan, big supporter of yours, and I'm just glad to have this chance to speak with you.
I know, man. It's quite all right. My pleasure.
Cool. I just want to start out. I've spoken to a lot of your fans, and they've always asked, where's Carl? What's he up to? Ever since your So Much Better album in 2007. So can you like just quickly catch us up on what you've been up to?
Okay. Um. Well, uh, first of all, I've been just really. I kind of stepped out of the recording arena for a minute. I did a project in 2007 that was actually supposed to be just some anonymous music that I was putting out online in the form of a mixtape.
Hmm.
And there was a growing demand, uh, for music, so we just needed a greater vehicle. So, I put the album out independently. We sold 350 units with absolutely no promotion at all, with just my name and face.
Yep.
You know what I mean, on the cover of the project, and it really helped me get back in line. And so after that project, I took the time to really, really, really get back into touring, and because the foundation of everything I do, is that live show.
Hmm.
So I got really, really, really heavily back into touring, and then I found the right vehicle. You know what I mean? Last year, in the form of Verb Universal.
Okay.
A label that I guess the environment, the landscape of the environment, had really changed, and there was certain things that I wasn't really interested in entertaining. Namely in the form of 360 deals and things of that nature.
Hmm.
And don't get me wrong, because I don't think that 360 deals are necessarily bad when you pay for them.
Yep.
But I'm really, really, really grateful and thankful to God um, for this opportunity, man, because I've always kind of viewed my music as just me sharing my ideas.
Yep.
I've always kind of viewed my songs as just kind of like, me starting a conversation.
Hmm.
You know,
Wow. That's cool.
so it kind of goes in line. The conversation, just about this man woman thing. It kind of goes in line with the lifestyle. You know what I mean? That I'm selling, and that's just really young, urban, successful, balanced lifestyle. You
Yep.
know.
Yep. Okay. So, you mentioned you're on Verve Universal now. Of course, the next question is when can we expect the new album?
Well, I'm going to turn the album in soon, and then you can definitely expect something by May.
Okay. Okay. Sounds
And
good.
I'm really, 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 grinding hard and getting it out and busting it out and getting it done.
Yeah.
It's just, Verve is an international vehicle, and kind of took some getting used to actually being that free.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
listen, I heard through a little bird
Hmm.
that you know about the formula.
Yes, I do, and I had some questions lined. I have some questions lined up for you about that.
Oh, you are killing me, Tom.
We're gonna take it back all the way to Connecticut, New Haven, Connecticut.
All the way back to New Haven,
Yes.
back to the L.
Yeah. Let's talk about that now if we could. Tell me because I was at a concert you did last year in Hartford, Connecticut, and you talked a little bit about it, and you mentioned New Haven. So tell me about Formula because I've heard a couple songs. Was there ever, a full album, and what were the
No,
intentions there?
there wasn't for a formula album. Might I add that the formula was put together by Troy Taylor.
Hmm.
we recorded a whole album for Epic Records. The album just never, came into fruition. It's just one of those things when you're young and learning along the way.
Yep.
And but it was a really good album.
Yeah.
We learned a lot as artists writing and producing that album, and it's just I'm really really proud and shocked and surprised really when I see the formula pops up every now and then
Yep.
like a ghost. It,
Yeah.
it pops up every now and then. I mean, when I was in Japan and somebody handed me a Pass It Over CD.
Wow.
I'm serious. It's so. I'm really proud, to say that, that was one of the bricks, one of the founding bricks of my foundation. Man.
Yep. Yep. And that's what I love to hear about the history behind the artist and everything they've done throughout their career.
Absolutely. I actually lived in New Haven for a while.
Yeah.
I actually lived in New Haven for a while. Actually, West Haven.
Oh wow, West Haven.
Okay, let me not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, me and my group members who were from New Haven,
Mhm.
Raymond Saunders and Terrell DeLuz, who were from New Haven, and of course Troy Taylor being from New Haven, they were just kind of commuting back and forth, and I was the only one in New York, so I kind of wanted to try something different. I went up there for a while, and I actually became an element native, baby.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I just someone myself. I've lived in Connecticut for about 10 years before coming to New York. How did you find your time in Connecticut?
Well, I mean, it's really different. It's like a really different pace. Me being from Chicago, it's still the East Coast, but the pace and flavor is completely different.
Mhm.
Even when I went up there, I kind of had to get to know the R&B lineage of New Haven,
Yeah.
like groups like Surface, you know what I mean, and I had to. I was unaware when I got there that Michael Bolton was from New Haven.
Yep.
And, I went to his house and talked with him, and
Oh, cool.
it was a really cool experience, and just to even know that New Haven had a lineage.
Mhm. Yeah. Interesting. During that concert I was at of yours in Hartford that I mentioned, between some of the songs you did, you spoke a little bit about how you're not the type of artist to release an album every year. I know
Right.
some of your fans would love to hear an album from you every year. So, how do you keep those fans happy?
Well, first of all, I'm a supply and demand type of dude.
Yeah.
So, the slightest request and I'm in your town. And then I live my life by my live show. And, I'm not to say that that I'm not the kind of artist that can put out albums every year. As a matter of fact, for the next 4 to 5 years, that'll be what I'm doing.
Okay.
But, I'm just saying that just hasn't been, what I've been doing today.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. Okay.
So it's like, one of those things. It's like, well, as of yet, I haven't, been one of those artists.
Okay. But you
You know
will
what I mean?
you
For
will be
one reason or the other.
yeah. But you will be going that way.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. That's very good.
Absolutely.
Okay. Because in the time off, I always get questions. Where's Carl? When can we hear another Carl Thomas album? And
Well,
it,
this album is really, as a matter of fact, I'm on my way to LA to finish the vocal
Mhm.
product,
Yeah.
and I plan to work with the interns, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis,
Okay.
Brian Michael Cox,
Wow. Okay.
as well as DJ Quick.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
there's a lot of different producers. Of course, my staple, Mike City.
Yeah, I was hoping you were gonna say him.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course. I can't do an album without Mike City.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, let's see. I can't do an album without Mike City and Mario Wines.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. That's a good thing. Yeah, I had a chance to speak to Mike a few months ago in an interview, and I talked to him about working with you, and he was on. I know he's on all of your albums, and you guys work well together.
Absolutely. That's my brother.
Yeah. Cool. So about in terms of the sound on this album, are you just kind of sticking to the same formula that's worked for you in the past, or how will that?
On this album, there are a lot of things that will sound reminiscent, but you would definitely be able to tell the distinct difference in the growth of the music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely my goal. My goal on this album is for everybody to just be able to tell the growth.
Okay. Okay. That's good. And do you have a title picked out yet, or not yet?
No? You want to help me pick one?
That's give me some time to think. I can make a suggestion, but I think.
Hey man, I'm telling you, any suggestions you have, let Althea know.
Hey, let me hear some of the music. I could definitely help you out.
I can do that. I can do that for you.
I would love to. I just want to ask you some questions from throughout your career now, if I could, and start off with a little bit of a toughie, because I know you've had tons and tons of collaborations over the years. Is there any that's most memorable, or maybe comes to mind immediately, that stands out to you?
I Love My Life with Noriega.
Ah, oh wow, wow. Why would you pick that one?
I Love My Life is something that just made a really good connection for me with that record. That record is kind of an example to me of how powerful the partnership between lyric and melody is in music.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. I like that song a lot, actually. Okay.
Yeah, man, it's a powerful record, man. It's powerful.
Yeah, yes it is. There's one I wanted to ask you about, and that's a collaboration you did. I don't think it was ever released, but it was with Big Pun and Cuban Link. The song was called "Cheat on Her." Do you remember that one? Like, how did that collaboration ever come about? I was just curious.
Called "Cheat on Her."
Yeah, it was from around 2000. It was supposed to be on Cuban Link's debut album, but it was never released.
Wait a minute, whose album was it?
Cuban Link. He was with Terror Squad.
Oh, that's right. You know what? It was never released.
Yeah, never released. How did that collaboration come up? I was just curious.
Well, because Big Pun was a friend of mine.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? And Big Pun and Fat Joe. Fat Joe is still a very good friend of mine.
Okay.
And at the time, they were working on Cuban Link's project.
Mm-hmm.
And for internal reasons, one reason or another, the project didn't come out, but that was really, really, I was something I was really anticipating.
Yeah, I like that song too. Another one I wanted, one of the fans of my site wanted me to ask about was your collaboration with A. Marie on "Can We Go." How did that song come together?
Well, A. Marie reached out to me. She reached out to me about doing when she was doing her second album. She let me know, how much she appreciated the Emotional Project and how much the project inspired her, in her directions and what have you. So it was just something that I was really glad to do and honored. Sometimes when people ask me questions about music and R&B and things of that nature, I'm still very, very honored because I'm just sometimes in awe that anybody would want to know what I think.
Yeah. Huh. Very cool. That one came out really good. I like that song too.
Thanks, man.
Speaking of collaborations, do you propose you're gonna have any on your upcoming album, or would like to?
Yeah, I'm gonna have it, but they are definitely surprises because they're out of the box collaborations.
Interesting. Okay. And that's gonna be a surprise?
Definitely, because they're out of the box collaborations. People you would not expect me to be with. It's kind of like if you were watching cartoons on Saturday morning and you saw the Super Friends and Rickety Rocket in the same cartoon, you go, what the hell?
Oh wow. But they work well together. Even though they're out of the box, they still. You think they work?
Well, but this is gonna be a definite surprise.
Yeah.
I'm gonna appreciate just observing people's response.
Mhm. Interesting. Interesting. Um, who are some artists that you listen to? Um, you know, in your free time, like who do you enjoy listening to? Any current artists or?
Well, I'm always trying to resurrect something or reinterpret something.
Mm.
So most of the time I listen to older music
Yeah.
and music from different eras, other than the one we're in now,
Yeah.
and trying to pull out elements, you know,
Mhm.
for the purpose of my own musical gumbo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One reason or the other, I'm pulling elements from different forms of music from different times and eras.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Do you have a personal favorite song that you've ever recorded?
I don't think I have one. No,
Okay.
no, I don't think I have one of those.
Yeah, I know that's a tough thing to answer. Um, Now let me ask you. You were someone who was prominently, right there through the height of the whole bad boy era. What do you take away most or remember most about that whole period while you were there?
Well, you gotta understand. In my opinion, we were just a bunch of kids, who knew that Puff knew how to make stars, and we were just really dependent on him to mold us into what we knew we could be.
Hmm.
And I hope they just remember a bunch of kids who just wanted to make you dance and wanted to make you feel good through black music.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's cool. And just one last question for you. Your debut album, Emotional, is considered a classic by most people. And what was your goal with the album, or what did you try to accomplish, in that album?
Well, I was just trying to accomplish just starting a conversation. I really think I did achieve that goal.
Yeah.
Just, kind of redirecting the conversation to be more even and kind of even the playing field in the conversation between men and women.
Hmm.
We're
Interesting.
used to hearing such a one-sided view, and we're used to the women always talking because they're so not afraid to do it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Because of that, they're doing most of the talking.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, that we forget that we really, if we're going to have a conversation, then we need to hear both sides
Hmm.
of the issue.
Yeah. Yeah. When you talk about this, it makes me think of the title of your second album, Let's Talk About It, and kind of
Absolutely.
that's why you kind of is that why you named it
Just
that?
trying to continue the conversation.
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting stuff. Cool. So, that's all the questions I had for you. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I would definitely like to add that, like I said, when the funny thing is that when I look, on I Got Soul, it's kind of like the website is kind of dedicated to the same thing, dedicated to the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, just as well as, there's other issues in black music, of course, to talk about, but, I just think that that's my niche and my duty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, I'm really, really looking forward to giving people what they want.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's it.
I like that. I just do the best I can to help support artists like yourself who are making good music and real R&B music, and I just love the music. So I just hope you continue to do what you do and keep releasing music, because as long as you do, you'll have a supporter in myself.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, John.